Started. Oh, fuck. I don't got a drink. It's okay.
Give me a go get you.
No. You're too good to me, Carl. You're too good. All the shit I talk on this podcast, and you're still that good to me.
Try to get brownie points for the upcoming bench day.
Sorry to disappoint you early, coach. And all the things that have torn me apart, nothing has made me more whole. Covering the good, the bad, and the shit that keeps us going. Straight from the head ref's table, I'm your host, Travis Papa Bear Rogers, and you are listening to A Forest Through the Trees, a cave podcast. Here with the man with the monster, Carly Master, and me without anything.
What's going on, dude?
What's up, man?
What's
It's been
new?
a good week.
What's
It's
new?
been a good week. I'm going to say I had a pleasantly surprising and good Sunday squat.
Yeah.
How about you?
It was an okay one.
Surprising.
I don't want to say it was terrible. Didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but told me what I want to know for the next.
It gave us immediate feedback for coaching.
Yeah. Gave us good information going forward.
And how many weeks are we out?
Like 15 or so. It's more than people would count as a.
Okay, so we got over 3 months. So, like I told you yesterday,
Right.
Sunday when you didn't pout. You were good. You
I was
were
fine.
Gucci. No, and I knew you would be, but like you said then, we got time.
Yeah, dude.
Plenty of time.
I'm still consistently hitting opener/seconds. So like,
Yeah. It's never on strength. Both times I've seen you miss that around that weight has been technical flaws.
I can't.
That are only one-offs.
I can't handle my marbles under like over 810 or so.
Yeah.
Once it gets past there, I get a little wobbly.
But I will say I have to shout you out, man. With the depth calls and listening, dude, you were on the money.
Thank you.
You do not shortcut me. You don't fudge me when I'm calling your numbers. So if I'm calling you straight and honest, you don't come up until I tell you. So you're very good about that.
I was down there for sure. I took a screenshot of the depth on the top one that I missed on. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, you're in there, man. We were good. That was white lights on all heads.
Yeah, it would have been if I came up with it.
Yeah. If you came up with it, it's okay. It's gonna happen. I actually almost had to wear gloves this podcast because I'm a little bitch boy now because I've lost about 14 pounds since our last meet. So I got to 234. I'm right down to 220 on the dot. So my fingers and my toes get cold. God, it sounds even worse when I say it out loud. Not just saying to you, but just announcing like I'm cold for no reason.
I'm cold because I weighed
I'm like,
less.
Rachel was watching me when we were squatting. I was like just like blowing on my hands and stuff.
You know it's bad then.
I know. I will say I was pleasantly surprised because at 220 my shirt's obviously been fitting a little looser and I wasn't super stoked on that, and so obviously that got in my head and I got worried about my suit and my briefs, but ended up matching my 242 squat PR from last meet at 220 with definitely some in the tank, so I'm very happy with that.
Very nice.
So, and I like the new suit. I've had a couple people ask me how I like the F8 Customs canvas lace up versus like your traditional LUP that pretty much everyone wears. I think it has a little more, and for me, I can't speak for everyone, but as a low bar squatter in multiply, which is not I wouldn't say not as common, not common like at all. Mm-hmm. I feel like I have a little more give in the bottom when I'm looking to get that last little bit to get to depth. So like where the LUP would kind of bind me up and I'd feel more off balance because I'm trying to push through that tension to get there, I think the canvas gives me a little more opportunity to push into it and get there a little smoother. I will say it doesn't have as much rebound for sure, which is kind of like your classic canvas thing. Mm-hmm. Like the LUP definitely bounces you up a little bit more.
Just has a lot of stopping power.
Yeah. Like I'm comfortable with it. I really like it. I would say the biggest noticeable difference, feeling wise too, wearing it would be the straps, and I know you can speak to that too because that thing fucked up your thumbs.
Dude, it's a cheese grater. I was pulling the straps down, and as my thumb glided across the Velcro, it like cut me up.
I had my shirt off for one set, and I felt you set the strap against my nipple, and I was like, nope, count me out. Usually, you know me, I'll brave all kinds of squat bars and stuff, no shirt, but like that one against the nipple on the way down, I'm good to go.
You thought all the single ply bench shirt, would train you for
dude, not on the underside sharp Velcro. No, man, that's different. That's a different game. If you can get down with that, you're a different animal. You're more man than me.
I thought of a question while we were doing that.
What's that?
I thought Inzer had a patent on the laces down the side of the canvas squat suits.
Maybe that's why the F8 one only has 2 sets instead of 3 sets.
Maybe.
And they have their own sets of cord locks too.
That's true.
That are different. So maybe
is that the workaround?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's the one we're thinking about now. But yeah, I like the suit a lot. I sold my LUP to a good friend of mine in order to make most of the money to purchase that. So definitely a good trade for me. I like it. I think the suit looks badass too.
It is really cool looking. That paired with the overkill wraps.
Yeah, it all kind of like goes together.
It's
yeah,
so sick.
Because I'm a SBD sweater. All my shit has to match.
Right.
Man, I'm a very,
It's a fashion show, not a
dude.
platform.
Yeah, I'm here to look good, not perform well. That's why I only take 5 attempts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it in 5, but it's gonna look good while I do it.
You just can't overdo the look, No.
You're trying too hard.
If you're wearing that for more than 5 attempts, it's out of season.
Yeah. You got to switch up your suit. Well, we will be switching up shirts though at this coming meet.
I hope so.
Apparently, you've told me we're wearing we're not talking bench shirts. We're talking t-shirts. We're talking about the cavalcade of t-shirts for this meet coming up.
This is a thing from Anthony.
All right, yeah.
Because I asked it on his podcast.
Because we haven't talked about it on our podcast.
So he gave me a great answer. I asked Roman initially. I was like, "Yo, have you done meets that were like super hot? Because we're doing one outside at the end of May."
On the beach. On the beach. That's a big factor you forgot to say out loud.
Well, so I was like, have you ever had experience with this? What did you do to get around it? Things that I wouldn't think of. And he passed it off to Anthony, and he told me that the trick is to have multiple shirts for the squat and bench attempts. Or I shouldn't say a shirt for the bench because you're putting more like a cloth in between the collar and your chest.
So more like you could roll up like a little towel, like a gym towel,
something to keep your sweat from soaking into the shirt, so you don't get that extra stretch, like
like
you normally would for breaking one in.
You want a barrier between your sweaty ass titties and the collar of that shirt.
Yeah, and I think it's great. He told me for the squats, you have to have 3 t-shirts total. Right. And you'll like this because the third one's got to be cropped, and I know you still got your crops.
I fuck with crops.
It's like a t-shirt you wear when you get there to start warming up, and then when you put the straps up on the suit, you put another t-shirt on that's dry, and then when you go out onto the platform for your opener, you put a third t-shirt on. That's the one that is now cropped since you have all your gear on. You put the cropped one on after that.
Right. So and that's your like on platform t-shirt.
Dry, has more catch to it. You're not sweating, uncomfortable. Like,
right.
I thought it was a great.
I'm gonna try it. I mean, I switch bench shirts in the middle of meets, so swapping a t-shirt ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
I'll be all right.
You know what? If I don't, I'm getting this new bench shirt in like the next 2 weeks. Fingers crossed.
All right. So I'll talk some shit to Carl right now. This man has ordered from Inzer, and if any of you are multiply, or actually even raw lifters have issues this with sleeves and belts and shit, dude, their wait time is fucking terrible, and it's never on point when they say. So this man thinks he's actually going to get this bench shirt on time, and I don't think he's going to.
I ordered it 3 weeks ago.
Oh, dude, no shot.
They told me over the phone, a person. Yeah, it's going to be like 3 to 4 weeks.
No shot.
And I am still holding out.
6 weeks minimum, and that's like the luckiest.
Well, okay, that's fine because then I still have, if it's 2 weeks after the 4 weeks, 6. So I'd have 12 weeks to try to break it in. I think it's plenty of time.
Okay.
Plenty of time.
Okay.
So if it comes down to it and I haven't touched in this shirt before I go to the meet, I'm just going to pull a U and bring my black one, touch like 520, and then get in that one and try to ball out.
All right. There you go. All right, so let's get on the actual topic of our podcast today. We're talking about the future of the sport. And I know we've talked about different cavalcades of where it's going, directions, feds, all that kind of stuff. We're talking about this time generational lifters and also stemming out of high school. So a little bit different take on it. And understanding more or less the fundamentals and how, even weightlifting class or phys ed branch offs can help establish like habits and things for younger students / younger lifters, and how that affects them into possibly their lifting career and their adult life in general. Because this is something I'm obviously very passionate about. I still teach at a high school, and I taught strength and fitness for 4 years, which was an elective class where after you graduated, you got your credits in health and PE. You could sign up to take my class as an elective. My class was always full, and we had a blast. But unfortunately, a couple years ago, we had some big weight room budget cuts, and mine and a couple of the other elective courses were the ones that got cut.
Typical public school activities.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
Unfortunately.
I hate to say it, but yeah, true. So the reason this subject came up is because obviously in my art class, I get kids from all over as elective courses, and I got a couple of my wrestlers in there, and my boy Petey goes, Mr. Rogers, will you please come do the strength program for the wrestlers? And I said, man, I still have some footballers and wrestlers come up and visit me at the gym. You can do that. He goes, no, man. I mean like a program and you actually be after school and like our coach again. And I'm like, dude, number one, I wouldn't make it. They'd fire me the first day. I'd be in those kids' asses yelling at them like, and there's so much gentle parenting and stuff now. Like you can't get away with anything as a coach.
Yeah, it'd be a different environment for you.
Yeah, so like I can't curse at the kids like. You know, not that I'm like all about that, but like I know how I want to be as a coach. And like my big thing is like you can't teach, and I strongly believe this as a teacher, you can't teach motivation. You can't teach want, you can't teach drive. You can teach the skills to nurture those things if they've already been implanted and are situated there, but you can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. So like I can't make you stick to a diet. I can't make you, do a 5x5. I can't make you do basic shit like keep a log of like what you did that day and do it every time we're in the weight room. So like if I can't accomplish those things, generally I don't want to do it, especially in the high school setting, because I don't want the kids to ruin something I'm very passionate about and love. Right? And when you see, kid after kid, body after body just tell you this fucking sucks and ruin that experience for you as well, you kind of don't want to teach it to anybody.
Yeah, it tampers with the mood the drive you have behind it when all negative shit.
Yeah, it is true. So, speaking to that, like, how does coaching and strength training affect younger adolescents and then moving into like teenage years into adulthood? Like we're talking like 17, 18. Carl, did you lift weights in high school?
I didn't. Okay, so in my high school, I took a few like PE classes, and they had a weightlifting segment, throughout the year. That was my like, even into middle school, there was like stuff like that. So that was like, yes, I did, but I didn't take it seriously.
Okay.
Like it wasn't towards like till the end of high school, last half of the year when I was like, I'm working out at my friend's garage, not in school.
Right.
So I never really had that experience.
Now, I didn't lift weights at all. Like, at all.
You started later, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't lift weights at all. I played soccer for a long time. I ran distance running, cross country, and track, the longer distances in track. But yeah, I was always a runner. I was never a weightlifter or a contact sport player. Like,
but you still had coaches.
I did. And also, like, not only that, but like, I mean, they didn't make you go to the weight room for cross country.
Right.
You know what I mean? They weren't like, yeah. I mean, we went to the.
I think they should have.
Probably, but I'm just saying, like, we would go to like the mapped out course and fucking run your ass off.
Right.
You know how you get good at running long distances?
Run long distances.
Run long distances, yeah. You gotta run long distances. But I think especially when it comes to that, like one of my biggest things and joys of that time there, those 4 years where I was the coordinator and a teacher in that sort of environment and classroom, was like watching kids having the ability to learn they can set like long-term and short-term goals. And that's really the start of a place where some kids had never really done something like that and watch it like physically manifest. You know what I mean? Right. So like if I had a kid come in I mean, these kids are young too. Like you're talking like 14. You know, some of them can't even bench a bar. Like for sure, you're 14. But I mean, if they were like, hey, you know, I want to make it to my first 100 pounds by the end of 2 marking periods.
Right.
Right. So it was like you had kids set very reasonable goals like that, and of course, like they're gonna experience newbie gains, and they're all going through puberty at that time. So like. You can actually get...
It's a wild time.
You get strong pretty quick, you know? There's girls in there, so you're trying to impress girls. Like,
Right,
the guys are the guys, you know what I mean?
You throw the plate on, then you get smashed by it. You're like, oh, quick, take it off.
Yeah. But I mean, like, teaching the kids how to spot correctly and stuff. But, like, there's so many different aspects of the weight room at that younger age that teach them, like, about goal setting, but also how to operate and function within an environment where other people also have goals. Right? Much like how we mimic that, look at our squat Sunday, right? Like, and me and Matt were literally texting about that later that night. He said, one of my favorite things about our group at the cave is, like, everyone cares, like, everyone's spotting and loading, like, everyone's, like, running the mono, like, we all help each other at all times.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's a very learned thing.
Unless somebody secretly resents it and then leaves and gets mad about it.
Touche. That's a podcast for a whole nother podcast.
Right. Moving on.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get me on that one. That was the end of a bad week. But like watching kids set and obtain those goals was super reasonable, and it was a really great experience being able to help them set those goals and then make, small landmarks in ways to approach that reasonably, of course, without getting hurt. But I think what a lot of kids don't have is, like, when you have the ability to, set a small short-term goal, how much that carries over into all the other aspects of your life. Whether that be, saving up for a car, whether that be when you graduate, saving up money so you and a few buddies can get your first apartment together. Like, all kinds of different goal setting, for lack of a better word, activities that can stem from just small things such as, like, hey, by the time I get to this date, I want to be able to lift this much.
Yeah. Totally.
And in high school, like, kids love that. Like, me and Carl, you can't see it on the video, but me and Carl literally have my old high school board in here from not the whole class, but this is just my powerlifting team after school. And I didn't have the heart to erase the numbers. So there's chalk on there that is like 12 years old. And a lot of it's faded and stuff. But, like, I never had the heart to erase it.
You should.
No.
Especially now.
It meant so much to me. And, of course, I have my own little section at the bottom of the board, which is super reminiscent because there's some wild-ass goals on there. Yeah. A lot of them which I achieved, but it was just, like, to see, like, those were the kinds of things I was thinking of, like, way back then.
Right. That's a nice deadlift down there, 725 deadlift. Did you ever hit that?
Yeah, those are numbers I've hit.
What's your deadlift now?
Fuck you, Carl. 738, still my best. The curse has not been broken.
12 years later.
Yeah, dude. God, dude. It hasn't been that long. It was like 2019.
You're right.
2019. Okay, so fuck you. But it also teaches them consistency and discipline, right? Like, you can't, to be able to teach a kid to, like, hey, you need X amount of days this week in order to see the progress from the small short-term goal you've set that you want to obtain, right? Like, that's the first, for a lot of those kids, for me watching them, was the first time they saw, like, hey, if I'm showing up and I'm consistent for this amount of time, like, X consistency equals Y outcome. Yeah. And there's a lot of kids that hadn't seen that in their lives before. And I'm speaking from a teacher who also teaches at a very high needs school district. So we're talking like broken homes, single families, like, a lot of kids missing, for lack of a word, bits and pieces in their lives, right? So, like, a lot of them don't have these things or have seen them manifest in adults before, right? Like, where someone says they're going to do something, watch them sacrifice and go through the steps to get to that thing.
it was a huge thing for me, like, when I first started, seeing direct results from what I put into it. I loved that. So setting little goals like that, what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you put in, you get direct results, and it's a number. It's not like a imaginary.
A feeling.
Yeah,
a feeling comes with it, but like.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the number itself has gone up. Yeah. So it's very
it's
easy
tangible.
To track.
You can like touch it. You're like, oh, this is now heavier.
Yeah,
like,
right. That's what I loved about it.
Right, and I think that's something exciting for like kids in high school too when they have that. Like just like you said, it's something tangible they can see, they can feel. Hey, this feels lighter. I have gotten stronger.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a carrot at the end of the dangling at the end of the stick.
Yeah.
Kids love that shit.
That's right.
I have seniors that still want like, gummy bears and gold stars, bro.
Dude.
Mr. Rogers, is that good on my poster? Do you have a sticker? Like, bro, these kids are 18, you still want stuff like that. Like, they want that satisfaction. They want that tangible, physical thing, right? And weightlifting has a lot of those attributes to it. And I think even as adults, that's why a lot of us chase that, because even as your progress stalls and slows over time as you get older and you move out of those stages of beginner and intermediate into the old man grind, where you fight tooth and nail for the next 5 pounds. I mean, those goals and those tangible things and those feelings still bring you back into the reason that you keep chasing and keep setting more and more goals.
Yeah, for sure.
Powerlifting is a sport that when you start it, you'll forever be unhappy with yourself.
Yeah.
Because
it never gets any easier.
It never gets easier, and it's never enough.
Nope.
I was actually watching something real recently about that, about training, where you're talking about like, let's say you got like an 140 pound girl squatting like 275,
okay,
maybe 300, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have an experienced lifter squatting 800 pounds, mm-hmm, right? Both those athletes come back after a meet. You have your like deload, your intro week, and then they're going into like some more volume phases, like thinking about like 4x6s, 5x5s, right?
Okay.
65 to 75% of that for the female, you might get feedback from her that's like, oh man, are you sure, coach? Like, this is super light. Like, do you want me to do more sets? Versus like, the big guy, you have an athlete that's, off those same percentages now based around like, that's an over 600 pound squat for a 4x6.
Sure.
Right? More muscle mass, heavier body weight, mm-hmm, more toll it puts on your body. So it's weird to see how those percentages resonate with intermediate lighter lifters to heavier, could be heavyweight athletes. You know what I mean? Because then you get people that are like, this 75% for this person based off of that same corresponding max is like, hey, do you want me to do more? I could do this all day. Versus 75% off the 800 pounds and it's 4x6s of over 600 pounds. You're like, dude, I'm fucking dying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'll make it through this whole set, coach.
That's a trainable like aspect though. What
yeah,
I mean?
It is. But I mean, I think that being said, like once you push so far into, and I mean, of course, I'm not speaking for all athletes, but like when you're pushing more into that ultimate like high level of elite strength, mm-hmm, right? You do lose a lot of that endurance aspect in conditioning because of the weight you have to push.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you spend more time gearing and training your body to adapt to those heavier percentages and loads that take more out of your body and longer to recover than someone who would be squatting the 5x5 for like 200 pounds.
Yeah. You've trained some like pretty heavy raw squatters before. Is there ever a change in what you got to do? Like if you're squatting a grand, you know what I mean? Does the percentages stay the same, or do you have to adapt to like you're probably going to do like 3 doubles and call it at like a lower percent, but also it's still a lot of weight?
Yeah, I always did the latter of what you just said. Like, I mean, it was very hard to program like 5x5s for guys that are squatting that heavy.
Right.
Just because, like, number one, they're not conditioned to it. So, like, in a normal percent, you would want to program, like, maybe a starter 5x5. You might have to go even lower than that. Because it's like, I mean, I hate to be, like, your stereotypical power lifter, but it's like, after 2 reps, their body's like, yo, what the fuck what are we doing, bro? Yeah. This is way too hard. You know what I mean?
And usually if you're, like, 1,000-pound squatter, you're a big boy.
Yeah. A lot of those boys, like, like, you're breathing pretty heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, doing 5 or more reps, you're asking a lot right there.
Right. But, I mean, I think that goes without saying. Like, conditioning and endurance is an aspect of the sport, whether you want it to be or not. And there's different, like, that's multifaceted. It doesn't have to be with just like training volume, like 5x5 and 4x6, like the example we're giving now. But like, great example, Sunday. Mm-hmm. How fucking tired were you?
Oh, okay.
Okay, you see where I'm going? Like that's a multifaceted thing. Carl, no offense.
No, say it.
He was winded, bending over in his suit, wrapping his own knees on the opener. Was it the opener or the last warm-up?
It was opener.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrapped my knees twice that day.
And you were fucking gassed.
Dude, I had to take like 5 breathers on my left knee alone. I got through my right and I was like, oh, that was tough. I got to slow this down so I have enough air getting into my squat.
Which you definitely couldn't do if they're running you on a clock at a meet. So it's like, you got to really like ready to run and gun on that aspect. But like, that's what I'm saying with multifaceted. Like that would also be a situational endurance versus like your strength endurance, like a 5x5, right? You got to think you even have endurance in a suit and wraps.
Yeah, totally.
You wrap your knees, too soon. Are you conditioned enough to fucking sit in there and be able to
stay wrapped,
still do your thing when the time comes, right? So like, there's tons of different variances and variables of ultimately like endurance and being able to do output for whatever at a certain time for a certain amount of time. So like, and then I compared it to me, like I told you this out loud. I was like, like I had been wrapping my knees. I think I started competing in wraps maybe 3 years into my powerlifting career. Mm-hmm. So fuck, dude, I've been in here in powerlifting for over 13, maybe year 14 now.
You're pushing into your second decade, yeah.
Either way, I've been wrapping my knees by myself for over 10 years.
Right.
So it was like, I've built that endurance where I can just do it and not even thinking about it.
Yeah. And
like, I don't get winded like doing it. Half the time I'm like, if I'm huffing, it's not because I'm breathing hard. It's because I'm like fucking talking shit and gearing myself up. So, I mean, like, I definitely think it's one of those trainable aspects. And I think many different things in powerlifting are trainable aspects besides the actual movement itself. And I think a lot of that stuff doesn't get talked about enough. We should make a whole podcast on that.
Yeah, I think we should.
We should.
Write that down quick.
Yeah.
Do I think that's something I need to work on in conditioning-wise? Yes. Do I think it really comes down to the wrap on my knees, though? I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm going to have somebody wrapping my knees at the meet anyway. So do I really need to practice it in training?
Right. No, and I'm not saying you do, but I mean, like, most people who, aren't as fortunate as us and don't have a group or a partner to wrap their knees, etc. You know what I mean? But I mean, like, when we're talking about kids too, back to that subject, like when we're talking about short terms and long term versus like those goals at ends with each other, like how would you explain that to like a kid? Like how would you explain to them setting a short term and how that's beneficial for them in the long term?
That's a good question. I think explaining like how you could have like little stepping stones,
Yeah.
Stepping stones, you take one foot in front of the other until you get to the main thing you want to do. But there's a lot of little things you have to do before that. So it's pretty easy for me to understand, but like that's coming from somebody who already understands it. Like I don't know how I would explain that to somebody who doesn't get it.
I think one of the big things too is like, especially I'd say because students and mindsets of adolescents have changed so much. Even when I started teaching like 12 years ago, has changed so much in like even the last like 6 years, right? Where like when I see football players, when I see the wrestlers, like everybody wants to just go play the game. Mm-hmm. No one is interested in the things they can do before the game in order to get them better at the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like one of the biggest things I hated when I was a coach, and one of the things that ultimately led to me like, turning it over to somebody else besides for the weight room cut, was like tons of football players and stuff like skipping practice, showing up with McDonald's late to practice, like all kinds of shit like that, just showcasing disrespect and no discipline, but also like that they don't understand the value in training those skills and training those things to make them better at the sport. Like you would go to football practice, like padded practice, mm-hmm, right? Mm-hmm. They would see value in that. but it was like talking to a brick wall if you try to explain like the value of the weight room.
Yeah.
And then we go to a game and we get bullied, and
You
they
wonder
like,
why.
and wonder why. And I was like, yeah, I'll never forget. One of our first wrestling matches that I was the weight room coach for. I was in the weight room with my boys, and Milford came in. Right, This school is probably like how far from Seaford? Like 35.
Probably about that. Yeah.
Yeah, 35, 40 minutes. Come in, pretty good wrestling team. You know, like all the guys strip down to their skivvies and go weigh in for the referee for official weigh-in spots, right? So we know which ones we're losing out on already. The boys, the opposing team comes in our locker room. My guys are already in there, and they strip off their shirts. Dude, I shit you not. Like, almost every single one of those boys had like six-pack. And of course, my lifters were like, holy fuck.
Damn it.
And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's discipline. That's what consistency and hard work looks like. And it's like, it's so funny when we talk about like tangible things for kids, like they want that, touch it.
Right.
But I'm like, bro, you're looking at tangible right now. Like that kid can literally go, well, yeah, that's hard work.
Yeah.
Like he can see it
Right.
on himself. And I was like, that was the whole thing that I tried to get through to them with is like, I'm like, you can have those things, but they're not immediate. It's not like
They're not
hey,
given to you.
Hey, you did 2 sets. Here's a gummy bear. Like there's no
Right.
immediate prize, right?
Right.
So like, I think that's the biggest thing. And also talking about like relationships with food. Like a lot of kids don't understand there, especially with wrestling, it gets really risky. Because you'll see a kid like they get hell-bent on making a weight class, right? I mean, and you should be situated in your weight class in a weight class-based sport. But it's like you'd see kids doing stupid shit. I'm like, I see them like their grades are tanking, they're barely awake. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? They're like, oh, I haven't eaten like a day and a half.
I got to cut like 15 pounds by tomorrow.
Yeah, and they're sitting in a trash bag like under their sweatshirt in my class. And I'm like, I think it teaches kids like a really unhealthy relationship with like weight classes and how food is treated and not like taught properly like, hey, you either eat or you diet into this weight class over time, and since we're running practices in the summer and having our interest meetings and stuff, these are things we talk about and establish here. So as we work towards the season, we're not doing
Right.
extreme measures like this.
Yeah, totally.
Right? And a lot of kids totally miss out on that. They're just like, it sucks too because then when they have my class, it's like already pre-ingrained in them. They're like, oh, Mr. Rogers, well, when we were wrestling, like if I just wanted to lose weight, I just like wouldn't eat. I'm like, yeah, that's like not what this class is. Like, we're going to learn about nutrition and macros and like what your activity level looks like versus
You're gonna learn
calories
about
in,
why they
calories
matter.
out.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not just like, hey, I want to lose 5 by tomorrow, so I'm going to take a big poop and not eat anything for 2 days. Like, it's not how you should be.
Like they don't understand. Like the food is the strength, is the energy, is
Yeah.
everything that involves themselves within that sport. So if they don't supplement that, then they're not going to have the outcome they want.
Definitely. And it was always something with like me and Pauline when we took, Pauline's a history teacher at my school I'm very close with. When me and him would, before we had the 501c3 and we take the kids out to these meets and stuff for field trips, a lot of those kids like who took it seriously, like learned food was the fuel. Like if you needed to make a weight class for powerlifting, right? I helped you, diet a few pounds and down to it, right? Well in advance. No fucking crazy water cuts like your boy over here writes Elite FTS articles about. I was not putting my kids through that.
That's an elite level, not a high school.
Yeah. I'm not putting my high schoolers through that, so don't get it twisted over here. But like, it would suck because when you first talk to them before they understood stuff like that, like if they had backgrounds in weight class based sports previously, it was always like, oh, what day's weigh-in? So what day do I need to wear the trash bag and we need to run? And I'm like, dude, that's like the worst thing you can do for powerlifting is like an activity-based way to lose weight, like running or cycling.
Yeah. Where is that taught, dude? Because I don't think any modern day coaches are telling kids to like, you got to start cutting weight a week out with the trash bag on, or like 2 days out with the trash bag on.
I think it's just a preconceived notion of
Like that's just been
media, and that's how it's just been passed on, and that's what, their dad living his glory days. Like, this is what we did, and I mean, the same thing could be said for football when you have dads like, well, I had my protein and my creatine and this is what we did in my day. You know what I mean? Like tried and true, like passed down to passed down. I think a lot of that happens for sure.
Yeah. It's like the training and the knowledge behind it never like evolved. So
no, and you got to think boy to boy, it's passed through.
Yeah.
Oh well, this guy was like
so and so's doing that.
Yeah, and he's like a better wrestler than me. I guess that's what I could do. You know what I mean? Like when you're at that age too,
you're very impressionable.
Yeah, so. You perceive your peers, like you see what they do, and if that resonates with you, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
Which can't be said far from normal modern day powerlifting, because many people look at other people doing shit on
stronger.
Instagram.
I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do what that does. That must be the program that works, and like that. I mean, that's also
the magic movement right there.
Yeah. See, look, now we made the full connect, right there. But the other reason I really want to talk about this, and Carl laughed at me because a lot of these questions for me come from my time at PF Chang's. Yeah. PF Chang's is Planet Fitness. Jess has a Planet Fitness membership that's like right across from her work. So like if it's a podcast night and we want to go to the gym, or it's like a Saturday and it's raining or something, like I'll stay and I'll go to PF Chang's with Jess, and we'll go do a couples gym. I get to hang out with my wife and it's fun and I love it. And as much shit as you'll talk on Planet Fitness, the machines are actually really, really nice. Like they're very smooth. Like they're cable machines and stuff. Like I fuck with them.
If they're so good, why are there no PF Chang's equipment in here?
Can you purchase outside PF Chang's equipment in here?
I don't know. But if they're so good, you might want to start looking for some.
Carl, we don't need any more equipment, dude. We don't need more equipment. But you best believe when we do.
If it's there, we got it.
Yeah. Eddie will be like, oh, we need a
we need a yoke.
We need a yoke. I was like, do they make that in purple, like at PF Chang's? No, then we're not getting one, bro. That's dog shit equipment. But looking, and learning these things as a young adult, and like how to properly like contain yourself in a workout environment with other people with other goals. Like, how do you act as an experienced, intermediate to experienced lifter in public spaces? And that's something because, of course, like when you go to the gym, especially a public gym, and of course, like it's nice for me because I own a gym, so I know our culture and the culture I made in here versus, the kids' culture at the high school and the high school weight room versus like, Pure Fitness or Planet Fitness where we have a public gym culture, right? Like a chain culture, right? And what all the nuances and difference between the three. But like, I saw kids working like, I'd say kids, but they're probably like 19, maybe 20. Maybe 20. Like maybe they could be home from college or something. But like just fucking tugging on this tricep rope, and I'm like not breaking at just the elbows, just really like throwing everything into it. And I just wanted so bad to be like, hey man, like no disrespect, like you're really gonna hurt your shoulder that way, and if you're trying to isolate your triceps, you should do it this way. But of course I didn't. I minded my own fucking business.
Right.
But like, I think it's super weird. Like, because the teacher in me, especially seeing like younger kids like that age, is like, I always want to help because that's just the fucking teacher in me, right?
Right.
But like, you kind of put your ego aside as an adult, and you're like, well, like I'm not going to give unsolicited advice. Like, what's your take on that?
Well, I was on the side, like I was a kid in the public gym that was just like, what am I doing wrong? Like,
so you were the ones that had you put the ego aside. So if someone could like tell you something that would help you,
there's countless times I went up to like bigger people in the gym like, yo, what are you doing, sir?
You're cool. What the fuck do I do?
So like from like not doing something right and like I've seen it too where I've been to the public gym before. I'm like, okay, you're obviously not doing something right. Like you're gonna hurt yourself doing that. I don't go up to somebody. I'm not gonna go up to somebody and be like, hey, that ain't right. This is how you do it.
Yeah,
because that just makes me sound like a douchebag.
Right, and that's where I'm saying like ego as an adult. Like, I always feel like even if you're doing it in the kindest way possible, it's like I think it's like you said, like you have to wait till someone come ask you.
Right, because if the person's come up to ask you, they probably care about it more than the person that's just out there throwing,
Right,
throwing their
right.
whole
They
body
want to
to the-
learn the right way, and as an experienced gym lifter, you should be indulged to help them.
Right.
Pass
right,
it on.
Right. Yeah. You should want to guide somebody the correct way so that they get the most out of what they're doing. If they're there and they're asking, they must enjoy it. So you want them to enjoy it in the best way possible.
And this always like stems to me too, because like I think of like, not that you're always going to meet your idols and stuff like that, but like that always held true for me. Like never meet your idols.
Never meet your idols, yeah.
Yeah, because I did meet some of mine back when I was 181, and they were fucking shit people. And I made sure like I wanted to be like, man, if anyone ever comes and asks me stuff or like comes to my gym, like I want to be the dude that you're like, yo, he looks like a dickhead, but he's actually really nice.
Dude, I still feel bad about at the meet when some dude came up to me asking about the suit, and I was like, hey, I'll talk to you after this is done. Let me just get out of this. I never saw him after that. I still feel bad about that. I wish I told him more.
Do you remember his name?
No.
You didn't say his
He
name?
just like walked up and then walked away after.
Was he in the audience or was he a lifter?
Audience, yeah.
Audience, okay. Well, audience guy or lifter,
Whoever you are.
lifter that hears this and it happened to be your dad or brother, we are sorry. And it's like, but I mean, you're not in the wrong. You weren't a dickhead about it.
I don't think I'm in the wrong. I just feel like, damn, I wish I took the extra second,
But you're getting ready for a lift.
I was right after. I was getting my knees
Oh,
unwrapped.
so dude, that's even worse. You're like barely like.
I just got out of the squat that I missed.
Right. Yeah, you're taking off knee wraps. You got straps up, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Hey man, what's the suit doing?" You're like, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fucking terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would also have said the same thing.
But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Moments like that, you just wish you took the extra second, because that could have changed somebody's point of view. I don't know.
Carl, you really need to like take a step back and work on yourself and learn to be kind as an experienced lifter.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe you're not the lifter I thought you were.
I'm totally not.
I don't know. Lately here I hear you like attack people on Instagram.
Yeah, dude, I'm like public enemy number one, dude. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I can't with you, man. I can't.
Public enemy number one.
God damn, man. I thought about that a lot the other day. I was like, man, as mad as I was, like, I always find myself, like, as an adult, like, challenging, like, how I feel in the moment and then, like, reflecting on that and being like, I feel like it sucks because I've been, like, stabbed in the back so many times, but as an adult, I'm always the one that's like, should I reach out? Like, should I try to fix something that I don't have to fix? Like,
Right.
It's not necessarily broken for me to fix, but it's like, have I set that, since we've been talking about setting goals, have I set that unspoken goal with myself where I just like, you know what? If I can't fix it, I'll at least like appease, like I'll smooth over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like I try to do that more and more in my life as an adult, like not to harbor like aggression towards people all the time. I try anyway.
It's not that you don't want the conflict, because sometimes you want all the smoke.
I do.
Most times.
Okay, Carl. Okay.
But like, I get it.
Yeah, yeah. I want the smoke, but only if it's like justified. Like,
Yeah.
if it's unjustifiable smoke, why would I want that smoke? Not saying I'm afraid of the smoke. I'm just saying like if it's for a dumb reason that could have been like avoided or squashed or was misunderstood.
Will this smoke still be here in a month? If not, then don't worry about it.
Squash the ongoing smoke.
Yeah.
Don't let your smoke billow.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, all right. Don't let your smoke billow. If it's threatening to fog the entire room,
Open a window, bro.
yeah, you gotta air it out. You gotta go get it. You gotta go take care of that shit. That was a good analogy.
Yeah,
Good for
thanks.
you. Good for you. That's so fucking dumb. But yeah, let's talk about some like other shared spaces. Like, so when we were talking about like going to meets, right? And I mean, we started the podcast also talking about like younger lifters, but like sharing spaces with other lifters, both not only just young, but like the inexperienced, like etiquette. Like, think about etiquette.
Yeah. The
Like-
first thing to come to mind would be our boy that we met at the last meet from New York. First meet, was doing a push-pull, raw guy. Remember him?
Oh, you're talking about here.
No. With the one we traveled to. He warmed up with us.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm sorry. You know my brain.
Do you remember
I
his name?
was thinking of the older guy here that was push pull.
Yeah.
So I was like, are we thinking of the same older guy?
No.
He was older.
Right.
You're talking about old.
This guy's like 50.
Yeah, not older in the sense like that guy was like 75.
Yeah.
Okay.
Older in the sport, you know.
Older in the sport.
When you're in the sport,
yeah, the guy from New Jersey that I invited in the line.
Right.
I invited him in the line.
Strong New York accent.
Yeah. I invited him in the line. I was like, hey
Right.
man, if you need somebody, I need a friend to warm up with. Like, my name's Travis. This is Carl. Like, okay,
Great example. Like, you know, the way to keep the meet or wherever you're at, the surrounding area, a good positive environment for people who aren't as familiar with it.
Yeah, introduce yourself, dude. Talk to people. I think so many people are afraid to talk to people. Like, I mean, I be talking. You and me both talk to strangers all the fucking time at meets.
Yeah, the weigh-in line took no time at all because we were just talking to random strangers.
Yeah, I literally met like 10 new people in the weigh-in line. They're just like, hey man, what's up? I'm Travis.
Yeah.
And that's whether they follow us on Instagram or not. Like, just fucking talk to people and be like, hey man, is this your first meet? Like, what meets is you? What gear division are you?
Are you
like,
Papa Bear, Roger?
Man, fuck you. I'm not. I'm Grumpy Bear. By default. But like, talk to lifters, get to know lifters, and speaking of that, she told me she listens to our podcast.
Sick.
The young woman that is coming to meet me here. I'm not going to throw out her name in case she decides she doesn't want to come. I don't want to put her on blast.
Okay.
I feel like that's fair.
That's
Very kind and courteous
Yes,
of
very
me
courteous.
as a newfound man who does not. I don't want the smoke from her.
You're turning a new leaf.
I'm turning a leaf. Just one. It's a very tiny one. It's a very tiny one. But like, it's her first meet. She's signing up for King.
Sick.
So our summer meet. King of the Cave 6, by the way, if you want to sign up for our meet, it's going to be NPL run. It is open to tested and non-tested. Every single division available. Party on at the cave. It's in an Invictus Mono. We got really nice custom state-of-the-art benches. All the bars are Texas Power brand, squat, deadlift, and power bar. So if you want to have fun, come up. It's about a 40 lifter meet, probably around 2 big flights or 3 like 10 to 12 ones. So please sign up. The links, you can always just shoot me or Carl a DM and we'll send you in the right direction, or look on the NPL calendar on their website. But she signed up for that anyway. But she shot me a message and I responded with a video because sometimes I just talk better through text. And I'm also like a texter where like sometimes my shit's like super dry.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to come off as like offensive to her, especially if it's like her first meet. Like, oh, this guy's kind of like sketchy and mean. Like,
yeah, you're already on edge from like
right.
The person first.
So
like
I sent her a video and I was like, hey, it'd be an honor if you came. Like, we'd love to have you for your first meet. And I told her like, because she was worried about having a handler.
Okay.
And one of the things I said was, I was like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you or tell you you're wrong or shoot you down. I said, when I started lifting, like, none of us had handlers. We just kind of showed up and did our thing. So, like, I told her, I think a really big thing that is lost on a lot of new lifters is familiarizing themselves with, like, the community and the warm-up room, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're so hell-bent on having a handler, like, basically, like, wipe your ass, dude.
A liaison.
Yeah, like, it gets really blown out of proportion. Like, when we eventually got to the point for handlers, you'd literally, like, hold a wrap and hold an ammonia capsule.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And you weren't, like...
Just an extra set of hands,
Yeah, it was literally that. Thank you, Carl. It was a extra set of hands, and for me, you had a fanny pack filled with goodies and medical supplies.
That's right.
Because I bled a lot.
Lots of tape.
And I like my goodies. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, that was the thing. But, like, nowadays when you talk about this, it's, like, so blown out of proportion. It's, like, they're telling you, like, when you need to drink, when you need to eat. Like, hey, get off this, go to sleep. Like, real crazy shit. Like it's almost like a full-time babysitter.
Yeah.
Like a butler. And these are your friends. Usually it's one of your friends.
Yeah.
Not a coach.
Totally.
So it's like you're usually not even paying them. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
okay, the last time I traveled to a meet to handle somebody was for B.
right.
And that was at a
USAPL.
That was at a USAPL meet. And I was on top of him for eating some gummies and drinking water. Only because That man passed out on like a second deadlift.
Okay, well that's different. you warranted and had reason. But I told her, I was like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm like, there are so many people, especially at our meets at the cave, that are like, are volunteers, that are other coaches, friends of mine, people in the warm-up room. I said me and Carl will be in the warm-up room. Like, there's tons of people there to help you and, make sure your day goes smooth and good. Like, I especially think if you're looking for your first meet, you're finding places like, do a little research, talk to people who've competed at the venue before or under that director, and see how their meets flow and how they are. Like, are you gonna be able to be in an open, connecting community, or are you just gonna fucking go in there and be fed to the wolves? You know what I mean, and just fly by the seat of your pants.
Right.
But we talked a little bit, and she's she ended up being close by. She's like, hey, I really want to come to the cave, so like I really hope that works out for her. And I'll be honest with you, like, one of my biggest passions in the sport, besides loving Carl, because someone has to, is you earned it, bro. Now don't disappoint me on Wednesday.
Oh man,
I know it's gonna be a tough one to swallow. I'm gonna look at you and be like, really, dude? 2 in the same week?
Yeah.
2 in the same week.
Yeah.
Is like helping new lifters. And like I said, she's like, hey, I listened to you and Carl's podcast, like. And whenever I hear you guys like talking about events and stuff, like I can just imagine myself competing. And I was like, that's so fucking cool.
That's
like
sick.
That's always what I wanted for this podcast, is that people listen. And if you weren't well versed in stuff, to have a little bit more of an idea of what different things are in the sport, how to navigate the sport, how to talk to people in the sport. Like, that's all I've ever wanted for this gym, this podcast to do. So like, I was super stoked to hear that from her. So shout out to her. Hope she shows up today. But that's that's pretty much where we're at in this segment in here, is like navigating spaces, navigating people, and like not being afraid to like talk to the more experienced. Now, asking someone, hey, what does this do, the minute they step out of a squat rack,
a little bit different.
Probably not so much in the moment.
Yeah.
But like,
say you're like stepping into the warm-up room, meet just started, first flight's out there warming up.
Right.
And you don't have anything. You're there by yourself. You showed up because you signed up 3 months ago. I would probably say look for there's probably there's people going to be on edge because it's a meet. They're probably mean mugging themselves in the corner and stare everybody down.
Huffing and puffing. Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably say look for if there's a group of people that are like somewhat having a good time but also somewhat serious. Like they're fast with the plates. They know what kind of jumps they're making. Look for those people.
Yeah. If you see guys that look really pissy but are generally joking the entire time, aka like guys that slightly resemble me and Carl, go find those guys and be like, hey, I don't have anyone. Do you mind if I warm up with your guys' lifter in this flight?
Or talk to your meet director too.
Yeah. You can always talk to your meet director. I was thinking of like.
Yeah, go ahead.
If someone like went up to Amy and was like, should I warm up with those guys, and points in our direction, like I would love to be on a fly wall for that conversation.
Yeah, I don't know how that would go.
I don't know either. I know if it was Alex, he'd say 100%.
Yeah.
Alex would say 100%.
I don't know if Amy likes me or not. I can't tell.
I don't think she does. I don't think she does, dude.
It's okay.
She does.
I'll mend that relationship.
You should do that. Before we commentate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta reach out.
Yeah. Anyway, but like, don't be afraid to like talk to the experienced and intermediate lifters. Like, go have fun. You have to, part of powerlifting is making friends, dude. There's like stupid sayings that are all like, it's not about the weight you had on the bar, but the journey that got us there. Like, really fantastical, like, live, laugh, love type slogans like that about powerlifting.
That's great. But it is about the numbers.
Carl's in his younger, I'm in my numbers phase. I'm in my old reminisce, I'm still doing what I can. I had some very nice compliments on my squat, too. From my guys that have known me in the sport for a while. That were like, damn, dude, you're still doing it with the young guys. And I'm like, I'm trying.
Wow.
They're like, you're doing it a lot better than most of the young guys. I'm like, I'm trying.
Thanks,
man.
That's actually super nice.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm still here. sometimes when I want to be.
2 times a month specifically.
In squat and deadlift. Well, this deadlift only once a month.
Dude, it pisses me off how you can just do it 2 times a month. I don't get it.
I'm telling you, it's muscle maturity.
I don't
It's
understand
muscle maturity. Yeah, I never get really any bigger. I just get stronger. Like, it's muscle maturity. Like, have I maxed out my size, bro?
Maybe put as much on your... Are you a mesomorph? What is it?
Ectomorph, endomorph, and mesomorph.
Yeah.
Mesomorph is you lose weight easy, you gain weight easy, you're in the positive muscle realm.
That shit ain't real.
Ectomorph is like slim body.
Do you believe in that?
Endomorph is shaped like a rectangle. You put on weight easy, but you also put on strength a little easy.
I don't think that stuff's real. I think that's like rising and sun signs and all that shit.
Are you comparing body types to astrology right now?
Yeah, I think it is.
Like, I mean, if you follow the moon and stars, maybe you'll gain some weight easier.
Right. That's what it sounds like.
This podcast's so dumb.
I'm a mesomorph Gemini.
You're fucking not. You're an endomorph, Carl. You're shaped like a fucking fridge. You know how, like, you don't really V-taper?
Yeah.
You just rectangle taper?
Refrigerator, is that what you said one time?
That is textbook endomorph.
Okay. Body shapes are different.
If you went up 20 pounds and you were 242, you would be a textbook looking endomorph. You would, I swear to God.
Okay.
And you know how mine always like Doritos in? That's
okay,
like
dude.
I'm just saying that's like
you know how like my body's perfect and like you're shaped like a piece of shit. Okay.
Oh fuck.
This is your podcast. I get it. You can have it, man. You know how I'm like chiseled and like built with
and you're
marble?
really just shaped like a turd log.
You know, ever opened up like a new pack of clay? That's like what you look like.
Oh, Carl, you look like a pudding cup. My little tapioca. Oh fuck.
Nice,
anyway,
dude,
yeah. Oh fuck, I'm crying. I'm sorry.
That's why I believe that shit's not real. It just makes me mad.
That's the title of the podcast for today. Astrology? ? Body astrology.
Yeah.
Astrology. Oh fuck, dude. You don't think those are real though?
No, dude. Everybody's shaped different. Yeah.
Like, okay, so like
But,
when
like-
somebody, we're totally off topic.
Go ahead.
So when someone says they're like a hard gainer, right?
Okay.
Usually that is a telltale cop out giveaway for like you don't fucking eat the right things and you don't eat enough.
Right.
Right? But in what we're talking about muscle structure, right? So if you're talking about ectomorph, you would think more longer muscle bodies, longer limbs.
Okay.
Right? For example, okay, let me think of how.
What'd you say I was?
You're an endomorph.
Oh, okay.
You're like in between. You're like.
Oh, so it's a
you're
spectrum?
like, you're definitely on the spectrum. Like it's like a split between like endo and meso.
Uh-huh.
So you're like, you don't look like a complete piece of shit, but you're slightly tipped to the left of the scale.
Which is like right in the sweet spot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, yeah, exactly. You're 100% correct.
Dude, if there's deviation in what you can be like halfway this way, halfway that way, then is it really a thing?
Because that's why I'm saying there's like textbook examples of like this is what a very stereotypical ectomorph looks like, mesomorph and endomorph, right? And then you can have people fall in between those categories.
I don't know. I'm not buying it, dude. It doesn't sound you gain weight, lose weight. Yes, people are like structurally built different, but like I don't understand it.
It's like genetically predispositioned. Okay, for example, think about people who are like smaller and then get really, really big, like bodybuilding, right?
Okay.
Think about the structure of their abs.
Okay.
I mean, obviously you're gonna have like HGH and shit like that play a factor into it, but like that doesn't change the way these are layered and look and are assembled.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like some people will never have like the 8 ab showing. You know what I mean? Some people are destined to only have like the bigger 6.
Right.
Like, I'm just saying, like, genetically, the musculature plays a role in that as well. For example, if a ectomorph gains 10 pounds and a mesomorph gains 10 pounds, the 10 on the mesomorph is going to look drastic. Like, oh, fuck, that dude put on, like, fucking 20 pounds of muscle.
Okay.
Where this guy is skinny with longer muscle bodies, you might not even really be able to tell. Usually this has generally more places to go.
I don't know. I can't buy into it, dude. I think people gain weight different. I don't think that's in like a value of 3 separate categories. That's so weird to me. I don't know. I can't grasp that. Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I've looked at that stuff ever since I was like in my early 20s.
It's an old style of thinking. I don't know.
It's not. I don't think it's old. I wonder if that's considered outdated nowadays.
I think so.
Are you just saying you
no,
don't
no,
think
this
so
is this
you
is,
don't use it?
No. It's not because. Well, maybe.
Now you're like, is it outdated?
I don't know.
Or am I just not updated?
I've heard it. I've heard it forever.
Right.
But the times I've heard it, it's been people saying like, "This shit was never real." Like.
Okay, so you've only seen it like attempt to be like disproven and things like that.
Right.
Okay.
So I guess that's what shaped my opinion on it.
Okay, I mean that makes sense.
I don't know. I still can't buy it. I think you can't like change the way you're built with insertions, but like you can always gain or lose weight. Like I don't.
Yeah, but it's not always about gaining and losing weight. It's about how you're predispositionally shaped and where the weight will go.
So what if you got like long insertions?
And the ease of gaining and losing weight.
What if you got like really long?
And not just weight. Don't just think about like fat. Think about like muscle too.
Okay. Well, that just plays into height then, because I feel like a lot shorter guys easier time put muscle on, taller guys have less.
Yeah, but not all short people are mesomorphs. Hence why you're an endomorph and you're short and shaped more like a fridge.
Okay. All right. I gotta do some research on this.
Okay, for example, Rachel.
Yeah.
Endomorph.
Endomorph?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Look at her hips. Look at her shoulders. They almost match up. Yeah, she comes in the middle, but she's stocky as fuck.
Mm. Yeah.
You put her in a tube top, she look like a linebacker in a dress.
God damn it.
And I'm not saying that be offensive. I'm saying that is how she's shaped. She looks strong as fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's an endomorph. She doesn't have a V taper.
Huh.
And even if she lost weight, she'd still probably be more blocky. I'm saying if you lost a lot of weight, you'd probably still be shaped more blocky.
I know I am.
Okay, that's because you're an endomorph.
All right. Maybe you're getting me here. We went on a tangent just because I don't believe something.
No matter how much weight you lose, Carl, you're still a square under there,
Thanks,
buddy.
dude.
It's not a Dorito.
Thanks,
it's
dude.
a square. Okay? Now go home and eat a bunch of food.
Shaped like a wheat thin.
Fat piece of shit. So you're shaped like a wheat thin?
Yeah. Instead of the Dorito, it's a wheat thin.
That's why I feel right now. I'm so damn cold. All right, well, we've run out of time on our podcast today. Actually, I had a fun one, though. We had a lot of laughs.
That was a good one.
It was fun.
It kind of went off on a tangent there at the end.
It did. It's fine, though. It's a podcast.
But I just got homework now. I just got to figure out why this is a thing.
Check back in next episode 26 on whether Carl believes me or not, and he follows his astrology signs on the way to lose or gain weight and be shaped like a wheat thick, not a wheat thin.
I'm in my mesomorph month, so it's that phase of the mind.
It's not like a fucking anime villain arc. Like, you can't just be like, I'm in my endomorph arc. Like, that just means you're like, I'm attempting to be a square.
I've been stuck in my endomorph arc forever.
Since you've been born. Because it's genetic.
I guess.
Go fucking hit stop.